Hi, welcome to Nursing Notes Corner. So today topic is hernia. So before going to start the topic, don't forget to subscribe the channel, show some support. Okay, so let's start. Okay, first definition of hernia. Okay, so hernia means it is a protrusion of the intestine. Okay, there may be a protrusion in the intestine or any other abdominal organs or abdominal muscle weakness. Okay, so this is the definition of hernia. So next, what are the causes of hernia? So first cause is obesity. Okay, and second one is due to heavy weight lifting, hernia may occur. Okay, and third one is any previous surgery. Okay, if the patient has done any previous surgery in the abdomen, hernia may occur. Okay, so next one is ascites. Ascites means fluid accumulation. Okay, so next one is pain during defecation or straining. Okay, while defecating, there may be a pain due to that hernia may present. Okay, so due to diarrhea and constipation. So these are the causes of hernia. Okay, so next we are going to see types of hernia. Okay, so first one is reducible hernia. Okay, so in reducible hernia, it is present in the part of the intestine. Okay, so in reducible hernia, it is present in the part of the intestine. Okay, and the intestine may push back. Okay, into the abdominal muscle. So it is treated by using hernia belt. Okay, so reducible hernia is treated by using hernia belt. Okay, so here no pain and tenderness. Okay, in reducible hernia there is no pain and tenderness. So next one is irreducible hernia. In irreducible hernia, it is a severe type. Okay, and here pain, there will be no pain and tenderness will be present. So it is only treated by you doing surgery. Okay, so this is irreducible hernia. So next type is strangulated hernia. So strangulated hernia occurs because of intestinal twist or both the intestine may twist. Okay, and there may be a blockage of blood supply, and there will be a blockage of blood supply, and there is a pain and tenderness will be present. Okay, in strangulated hernia, pain and tenderness will be present. So next type is inguinal hernia. Inguinal hernia, it is present in the groin region. Okay, or in between the abdomen and thigh muscle. Okay, so there may be an intestine protrusion towards the thigh. Okay, so the protrusion may present towards the thigh. So in inguinal hernia there are two types. One is direct inguinal hernia and another one is indirect inguinal hernia. Okay, in direct inguinal hernia there is abdominal muscle weakness present. Okay, so in indirect inguinal hernia it is only treated by surgery. Okay, so next one is femoral hernia. So in femoral hernia, it is present only in the upper part of the thigh. Okay, it is usually present in the upper part of the thigh. So it is most commonly present in the pregnant woman and obesity person. Okay, so it is femoral hernia. So next one is umbilical hernia. So in umbilical hernia, weakness of abdominal muscle will be present. Okay, and also protrusion of intestinal muscle. Okay, the protrusion is present in the outward. Okay, outward of the umbilical. Okay, this is umbilical hernia. So next one is hiatal hernia. So hiatal hernia is present in the upper part of the stomach. Okay, so here from diaphragm to the esophagus sphincter. So the causes of hiatal hernia will be heart burning sensation. Okay, so this is about hiatal hernia. So next one is incisional hernia. So incisional hernia will occur after the abdominal surgery. Okay, so after any abdominal surgery it causes a protrusion. So the protrusion may occur due to inappropriate previous surgery. Okay, so this is incisional hernia. So next one is epigastric hernia. So epigastric hernia will occur in the epigastric region. So so there may be a throat irritation and swelling will be present in epigastric hernia. Okay, so next one is obturator hernia. So it is presented in the So obturator hernia will be present in the intestine, and it may forward up to in front of the pelvic bone. Okay, so next one is congenital hernia. Congenital hernia may also called as ventral hernia. Okay, so next we are going to see what are the clinical manifestation of hernia. So first one is abdominal pain. Okay, the pain first it looks dull and sharpness. Okay, so next one is throat irritation will be present in epigastric hernia, and swelling will be present, vomiting, fever, the patient looks lethargic, and insomnia. Okay, fullness of stomach and abdominal weakness may be present. Okay, so these are the clinical manifestation of hernia. So next we are going to see about diagnostic evaluation. So in diagnostic evaluation, complete blood count will be done, and electrolytes should be seen, and urine analysis, bun level. Okay, and abdominal scan should be done to find out any ascites present or not, and also chest x-ray and USG will be done. Okay, so these are the diagnostic evaluation of hernia. So next we are going to see the management. Okay, first one is medical management. In medical management, cefotaxime antibiotic will be given if any infection will be present. Okay, so next one is non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs will be given. For example, diclofenac will be given to reduce pain, and also acetaminophen will be given 500 mg, and a metronidazole 100 ml it will be given for 5 days. Okay, so these are the medical management of hernia. So next one is surgical management. So in surgical management, first is herniorrhaphy. So herniorrhaphy means it is a surgical repair. Okay, surgical repair of hernia. Okay, so it is a surgical repair of hernia. Okay, so hernioplasty means here a mesh will be patched. Okay, here mesh will be patched on the weak abdomen, any weakened muscles or tissues. Okay, so here laparotomy will be done. So laparotomy is a surgical incision. Okay, you all know that. So these all about hernia. So if you want extra content or more notes, you can refer books. Okay, thank you.